Welcome to this edition of Sagionic 1027. We are so glad that you decided to join us today. And with us, I have what I would classify as one of the heroes of the faith. Like in my book already, like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego that we read about, today our guests are going to learn about Momma Doris Tyler and how God has used her to pour an overabundance of his love in the community. So, Doris Tyler, thank you so much for coming on to our broadcast today. I welcome you and I bless you.
Thank you.
And I had the honor of coming to know a little teeny tiny bit of you through your daughter Kim Purdy. Okay, so Kim was, what number of child was Kim that came out of your womb?
Oh, I have to think. Give me a minute. Oh, she was number 10. She was the last one, number 10. Yes, she was.
Wow, what a blessing. And over the years, as you mothered your own children, how could you help moms of this generation to understand they are all different?
They are all different. They have different personality, but you're gonna love all of them about the same. Some people say they may have special one, but I love all mine the same according to their personality.
That's right. And I would say that that is something Kim learned from you, the individual personality of children, right? And how did you see in over the years, whether it be through your own children or the many more children you cared for in the community, what are some things you notice that when you meet a child where a child is, how that child thrives? Can you give us a few examples?
Uh, with my kids, I can give you an example because they all were pretty much raised up together. Like I've seen, like I was raised up with my kids,
Okay.
and each one of them would watch the other one. Like Kimberly, she was the baby, but she pretty much did what all the rest of them done. I didn't stop her from. She tried. I didn't never stop her from trying to learn from them. She learned a lot from each other.
That's good. That's good. And
Yeah,
that's also beneficial for them to help
yeah,
out with one another and to learn from one another.
yes.
Yeah.
I
So
really.
so how did you decide? So for our viewers, not only is Doris a mother of 10, she has lots of grandkids, but she loves working with children, which made her decide to be her own home care provider, right? But also, you always look for opportunities on how you can aid in the community. Now, many people would think after one could say, I done had my 10 babies, I'm done. But you didn't stop there, Miss Doris, right? So
No, I had.
what made you decide to keep on keeping on?
I just had love for kids. I didn't think at a young age, I didn't think I would have that kind of love for kids because I always wanted like maybe two or four. I never thought I would have 10. And then I just fell in love with kids. I love working with kids. I learned from kids. I have learned a lot from kids. I really have.
Yeah.
Not only have I taught them, they have taught me also.
That's right. That's right. You know, I was in, and it makes me think I was in the car with a couple of my grandbabies a couple of weeks back, and there was a lot of traffic. Well, one of them who wanted to pay attention to time kept telling me, Graham cracker, it's this time, Graham cracker, it's this time, Graham cracker, it's this time. And I finally said, Tavi, Graham cracker refuses to be stressed out while in the car. That's what I said to him, right? And so then he said to me, you'll like this, Miss Doris. He said, Graham cracker, you mean your spirit man is going to dominate and not your flesh? That came out of a 10-year-old's mouth.
Yeah.
10 year old. So I like, wow, that's good.
Yeah. Your kids are so smart.
Yeah. So did you ever keep track of how many children you've had the honor of loving on over the years?
I tried to, but it was so many. It really was so many because I had first, worked in a daycare, and I had so many family that came through the daycare. So I have lots of pictures of them, but I could never, keep track of how many I had raised, went through in a year. As I'm telling you, it's so
Yeah.
many.
Yeah. And what are some moments where ones that you cared for came back later in life to tell you, thank you, Miss Doris, for loving on us?
Uh, I had quite a few to come back to tell me because they were my kids' friends,
Yeah.
and I also, I treated them like they were one of my own. Yeah, they would have dinner with them. Sometimes they would spend the night. Yeah, and they always say, "You my second mom."
Oh. So, what can you think of a specific child who potentially was raised in uh, a rougher home life environment and the difference love made when that child came to you?
Yes, I had a foster child, and she always on my birthday she called me mommy. And she said, "Happy birthday, Mom." And sometimes she would come back. So I really don't know where she living now, but she always would be on Facebook and say, "Happy birthday, Mommy," because that's what everybody would call me, Mommy.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is
And
so
she had a pretty rough, life.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, you're, I'm 55, so you at least got to be 60, right?
Oh, are you kidding?
Can,
Oh,
can you tell our viewers how
sure.
pouring love has kept you youthful?
Sure can. With kids. Run around with the kids in the house, my grandkids and my kids and kids at the daycare. It kept me, lots of energy. I have
Yeah.
lots of energy. I
Yeah.
see her run up and down the stairs. At my age, I'm 70. I'm 78 years old.
I would say 78 years young. If you're still running up and down the stairs, that's amazing.
Sure is.
That's
See her run up and down the
amazing.
stairs.
So, Doris, how would you encourage other grandparents to choose to be involved with their grandbabies?
Whoa. I, I really can't say because it really then wasn't my choice
Okay.
to do this. I didn't have any other choice but to raise my grandkids. But they all gave me a lot of love. I still had a lot of energy for them, and I would do it all over again if I had to. And I don't
Yeah.
see anything that took the place of my grandkids.
That is beautiful. Those are words right there. Those are words right there for
Yeah,
and those are words that speak to me as well, too, right?
yeah,
And for our viewers that are watching this, if you know of somebody who's a carrier of wisdom, have them reach out to Sister Sean, right? I was telling a group of people that I wanted to get a stack of interviews in so that I could take the whole summer off to be with my grandbabies, right? So we could have fun and put up one of those pools in the backyard and have a good time with memories.
yes.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
Yeah. So how old is your oldest grandchild?
My oldest grandchild, I'm thinking about 40. I think she about 42.
Okay.
That's my oldest grandchild.
Okay. And your youngest grandchild?
Oh, Let me see, my youngest grandchild. Mm, probably about um 29, I think.
Okay.
29.
Okay. And
Mhm.
now, how many grandbabies do you have in total?
Oh wow. At least 36. I almost great. At least 36.
Okay. And do you
I
have
just
any? Do
really
you have
stopped
great?
counting.
Yeah, you must have great grandbabies too.
I'm a great grandmom. Also,
What? Two
yeah,
grades?
yes,
Wow, that's amazing. That's
yes,
amazing.
it is 5 generation.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is the verse, a righteous woman leaves an inheritance for her children's children. So you have poured love and poured love and poured love and poured love.
Yes, I have,
Now,
and they
did
all have
they all have what?
came through this apartment, this house I'm living in. They all have.
That's
This
amazing.
is home.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because it's all about love. It's just
Yes,
all
it is.
about love. And
Yeah.
so, now, how have you sustained your own personal joy? Because you have to put yourself together so that you can be there for them, right? So, how have you sustained your own personal joy?
Well, by keeping myself up, and I do exercise and I have friends I talk to. I go out, you know, to dinner. I take trips. So there's nothing, I can think of anything that I would have rather had done and to
Yeah,
raise my kids and my grandkids.
yeah. What a tribute and what a
There,
commercial.
there's nothing would take the place of that. I have
Yeah,
said and I thought, what if I had did this and what if I had done that? But still, I could come up with anything that would have took that place.
yeah.
I
That's
love
good.
it.
That's really
And God
good.
just been so good to me.
Yeah. Do you remember that song back in the day? And it went, I've got to tell somebody. I just can't keep it to myself. God has been
Yeah,
so good to me. And then the tambourines came out, woke me up this morning at
yeah,
6 a.m.
yeah. He really have been good to me. I really have been blessed.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, so, would you like to speak a blessing over parents, right? What kind of advice would you give to parents these days?
Well, I would tell them to love their kids. Take time out for their kids because there's nothing, no, ain't nothing you could give them, uh, take them or anywhere. It's more important than spending time with their kids and love their kids. That's what they need. They need love.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like how
Yeah,
you said there's nothing you could buy them. There's nowhere you could
nothing.
take them. They just want your ear, right? They want your ear and
Yeah,
your arms.
and yeah, your time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great advice. What about maybe there's a couple and they're fixing to get married and they're thinking, well, if we both worked, then we can live in this bigger house. What would you say to that couple?
Well, and I would tell them maybe someone will have to be at home with the kids. Take time out for the kids, you know. But if they didn't have no kids, there's nothing wrong with. But you got kids, you really need to uh, take some time out for them. You have to spend time and show them that you do love them. You have to teach them and bring them up the way God said bring your child up
Yeah.
before you get ready to send them out. Yeah, because I had taught my kids before they even went to school. All of them, most of they know their alphabets, their shapes, their colors. and everything. So when they got to school, and I had, teach them right from wrong,
Yes,
they
that's
got
right.
to, when they play with each other, respect each other. I taught them all of that. So when they went to school, the teacher they could sit there and be taught by the teacher, not telling them, Janet, you need to sit down. Barbara, you need to not do that.
Yeah,
So that's why I raised my kids.
that's right. That's right. Very good. I remember,
Yeah.
I met a woman once, and I was at the dry cleaners, and one of my daughters was acting up. So I had to take her outside the dry cleaners, and I looked at her, spoke to her, and then gave her a little pop on her butt, and then put her in the car. Okay. This woman walks up to me and she said, "It is very good to see a parent properly discipline their child." She said, "My
Mhm.
son is the CEO of AT&T, and I knew that if I put up a boundary here and a boundary here and a boundary here and a boundary here, he would bounce off the boundaries and just keep advancing up. The boundaries,
Hmm.
the boundaries."
Yeah. You have to have discipline. You have to
Yeah,
have,
yeah.
because that's something
Now,
they will not learn.
yes,
You have
yes,
to teach.
that's right. Now, did you find that some children learn through audio, others through visual, some through sitting still, and then others by doing acrobatic type work, right?
I sure did. A lot of them learn through play. You think they're not paying any attention, but they is paying. You ask them that question, you've been asked the one that's sitting there. They will know it better than the one that's sitting there. I said, well, you're paying attention all the time, but it just couldn't sit still.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So would you say that in some formats of traditional education settings, that actually hinders children by trying to make children sit still, and it would hinder them, because if a child has to move or tap or do something, to learn, um, what would you say would benefit in the education department in helping to individually educate the children?
Um, Individually, because each child learns different.
Yeah.
So I would tell them, to some probably learn one on one, some learn through what they see, and some you just got to let them run around and play, and move, because some kids just cannot be still, but
Yeah.
still they is learning.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
yeah, they learn different.
Yeah. And now what about for all of your children that have come through your daycare, or through the daycare you worked at, right? If they're to grab a hold of this very video, and it starts to spread amongst the streets, right? And everybody's like, "Oh, did you see Mama Doris?" Right? What would you say? What would you
Oh,
say?
I'll be surprised, because they sure will let me know. They would.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Mama, I see you on TV. I see you, on computer. Yeah, they would let me know.
Yeah.
And someone would tell me now, I haven't seen you in a long time. I don't be outside as much I used to be. And
Yeah.
one little boy told me yesterday, he said, I never see you. I said, I'm here. I said, come here. He gave me a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because he's not in my daycare anymore. He said, I never see you anymore.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It really shows me the importance of a smile. A smile. A smile. That's
Yeah.
what they're looking for, that joy.
Yeah.
You are the joy that lights up the neighborhood.
I hope so.
Yeah. Well, so beautiful. So when you were thinking about this interview today, what was something that was important to you to share with viewers?
Well, when I was thinking about it, the only thing, I was thinking about you were gonna ask me, about my kids. That's what most I was thinking about. That's
Uh-huh.
what I was thinking about. Because that's what was on my mind when my daughter told me that I told her how many kids. I said, why you do that for? She said, yeah.
Because it's admirable. It's admirable. To me, it is so admirable to see a woman who said yes to the Creator.
Yes, I did.
Yes, I will bring forth those babies. I think it's beautiful. I would have had more, but my cup stopped at six.
Oh, okay. Oh, you had six. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
It really wasn't my plan. I'm not gonna say that I did not plan to have those many.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But you
because my
chose.
well, I didn't have no choice. I really didn't. I didn't have any choice because I was raised in down south Mississippi. I didn't know a lot about having kids because I was raised by a step grandmother,
Okay,
and I really didn't have the teaching that I should have had, at home, teaching
yeah,
me about things. I really didn't know,
okay,
but I found out pretty quick. I'm telling you.
yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah, I
so
found
my brother-in-law grew up down in Mississippi. Where in Mississippi did you grow up? What city?
below Clarksdale, Mississippi,
What was that? One
about
more
12
time.
miles below Clarksdale.
Clydesdale, Clydesdale. Okay. 12 miles
Yeah,
below, 12 miles below. Because
yes.
I want to see, because do you know a woman, or did you know a woman by the name of Hattie Harris?
No, I did not.
Okay, okay. Well, you never know. So I think she only had eight.
Only.
Oh,
Yeah.
so amazing. Um, what else do I want to ask you? I would like you to speak a blessing over parents and grandparents. You know, a blessing, whether it's a prayer, a word of encouragement. So first speak to the grandparents, then speak to the parents, then speak to the children.
Okay, I will. I will
Okay?
tell the grandparents because sometimes you 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 go see your grandkids, you probably can leave them. Sometimes you have to take your grandkids in. You have because the parents sometimes not gonna be there for them. So don't get disappointed. Just take the grandkids in and do what you can for them. And I'll tell the parents, please spend time with your kids, because they need you. And they're not before you know it, they're gonna be a grew up. Do all you can for your kids.
Yeah.
And I just want the Lord to just bless them, give them the courage and understand then that we are not, it's not about you. It's all about God. And
Uh-huh.
just be a blessing to your kids and your grandkids.
Yeah, that's very good. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. That's good. And what would you say to the children or a child who maybe their parents didn't put them first? What would you speak to those children?
Uh, I would tell the kids to love their parents because sometimes, the parents don't understand. You would think they do understand, but most of the time they really don't understand. And I know as being a mother myself, I love my kids, and if you not gonna hardly find a mother that don't love their child. The child, a mother will do anything for their kids. So kids just treat your parents, like God said, treat them. Love your parents, regardless what they did or didn't do. They still
Yeah,
your parent.
that's
That's the
right.
parent that God had chosen for you.
That's really good. And if we think biblically speaking, that was the first promise with a blessing attached to it,
Yes.
was to honor your father and your mother, that it may go well with you. It was
Yes.
it was a commandment with a blessing attached to it,
Right.
And now, what about for children who maybe their parents are still working on themselves, right? And maybe they got to have an aunt that got to be more like a mom figure, or a neighbor, right?
Uncle.
What would you say to those children?
Just treat them the same as you would your mother, because they there for you and they love you. And just don't be disappointed if your mom not able to raise you. You still, is somebody that God had put here on this earth. Don't take, look back and say I didn't have a mom, but you had an aunt. Just do the same thing you would if your mama had raised you. Listen to your aunt or your uncle.
Yeah. That's good advice. That's great
Hmm.
advice, because we really don't have to walk around with excuses.
No, you really don't. It's always somebody. God put always somebody to help you with a mom, or if not your mom not there, just like my kids, grandkids, mom wasn't there for them, but I was here.
That's right. That's right. And I really appreciate, Doris, that you didn't see raising children as second class, because you are a first class lady.
Thank you, thank you so much.
Yeah. I really thank you for your time today, and your words of encouragement to grandparents, to parents, and to children. I appreciate your time today.
You're welcome.
Okay. And I would encourage all of those in the community to swing by Mama Doris's house and give her a hug.
Okay, thank you.
Now, what are your favorite flowers, in case they want to bring flowers?
Roses.
Okay.
I
And
love
what
roses.
and what about, do you like yourself some chocolates over there?
Yes, yes, that'll be nice. I love chocolate.
Okay. Now, what if you need a little bit of a savory, as in, what's your favorite kind of cheese?
Cheese. Oh, Kobe. I love
Colby,
Kobe
Colby,
cheese.
yeah, Colby Jack. That is
Kobe cheese.
good.
I
Colby
like
Jack is
cheese.
good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love cheese toast.
Okay, okay, that's good. Okay, now we gave you some ideas when you want to come by and give Mama Doris a hug. You can bring a little gift. We gave you a choice. So, Doris, thank you so much for your time today. I bless you, and I will continue to water all of those little lives that you sowed into. And I thank you for being an amazing example, and that your fruit of your labor of love is going to continue to grow and grow and grow. So thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay, and I want to tell all of our viewers, thank you for coming to this episode of Sagionic 1027. And until our next episode and our next guest, may the Lord bless you, may the Lord keep you, may the Lord make his face to shine upon thee always. Blessings. Bye.
Bye bye.